Hey y'all, it's your girl Lenita Harris here, and today we're going to be talking about declaring it doesn't make it so. Regardless of the name it, claim it rhetoric you've heard. That's why there's been so many declarations that you've not actually seen come to pass. Y'all, let's talk about it.
It's never too late for you to embrace who you are. It's never too late to embrace who you were designed to be.
All right, so let's just think about that real quick. Before bucking up to it, like, no, because I remember they had said, they told me to church. No. Without doing all that, let's just think about that. Declaring something doesn't make it so. And honey, aren't you glad it doesn't? Because if simply declaring something over something or someone had enough power to make it be so, then any curse or any ill will ever spoken over your life would have a lasting, binding effect, and you nor anyone else would ever be able to undo it. So if declaring it doesn't make it so, what does the declaring actually do? So declaring something involves feeding that thing, that declaration, into your subconscious mind as a suggestion. Declaring something helps you to believe whatever that declaration is, and declaring something makes whatever is listening to it become malleable to producing that declaration. You see what I'm saying? So let me give you an example. I can say that I have a chair. I declare that I have a chair, right? But me making that declaration does not make a chair magically appear in front of me. What that declaration does, however, is help my mind visualize a chair and start thinking of ways to acquire it. So some thoughts are going to start coming to me along those lines, and then I'm going to have some decisions to make. My mind is going to start trying to figure out how to get this chair to come to me. So what's going to happen is I might start seeing some options to get some wood, or I might start seeing some options to buy a chair. You see what I'm saying? I'm naturally going to start seeing things that relate to a chair in order to help whatever I'm seeing come into being. But then I have to take some actions. See, here's the thing. It's not the declaration of something that makes it be so. It is the declaration coupled with the belief built in that declaration that causes you as the person to start trying to build or create that declaration to make it be so. But you need both the declaration and the belief to even start to make the thing be so. The declaration spoken to the heart and mind over and over is what causes the heart and the subconscious mind to be malleable, because the subconscious mind has seen it, heard it, and felt it since it's been repeatedly suggested to it. Now, here's the tricky thing. The subconscious mind is designed to accept as fact anything that is repeatedly suggested to it and figure out a way to make it happen. So if you have conflicting information or contradictory information being repeatedly suggested to your subconscious mind, your mind will be conflicted in what you want. So it will present both options to you. And then you're going to try to figure out which one to take, and you're not going to be able to because there's sufficient evidence to lead you down either path. You see what I'm saying? There will be sufficient evidence presented to you to prove either of the conflicting or contradictory thoughts as fact or truth. That's why you have this situation internally where you're like, I asked God for help. I asked for a sign. And then I thought I saw a sign. And I think it was a sign, but it probably wasn't. See, that right there, because there was something there that made you believe it could be a sign. And there was also something there that made you doubt whether or not it was a sign. We as people can have that struggle a lot. So here's what you need to do. It's streamline, okay? And to streamline means to design or provide with a form that presents very little resistance to a flow, or to make an organization or system more efficient and effective by employing faster or simpler working methods. So here's what I mean by streamlining something, especially if you're going to try to create something. And this is how you can use your subconscious mind to your advantage. All right. Say, for instance, you want to unlearn something. Then what you need to do is cut yourself off from receiving that specific message. Get away from the people that speak that message. Get away from music that you might listen to that perpetuates that message. Get away from books. Get away from media that would perpetuate that message. Whatever it is, get away from it. Cut yourself off from receiving that particular suggestion, okay? And while you're cutting yourself off, you need to replace that message with something else that you do want to know or that you do want to see, and only focus on that one message. This is how the mind is conditioned, guys, okay? And because the mind is conditioned this way, see, once your mind is conditioned to receive a certain message, your subconscious mind will then develop the belief system that supports that message. And then from your belief system, your actions flow. That's why it's very, very important to guard your gates. However, you can't guard your gates all the time because you're around other people. You go into stores or you go into restaurants, you go into places where you don't have complete control over the environment. You see what I'm saying? So you can't guard your gates all the time, but you can guard them most of the time. So there's going to be a constant shifting and rebalancing of sorts. And now when I say constant, I don't mean like every single day, all throughout the day that you're going to be balancing and shifting. Nah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that throughout your life journey, you're going to be shifting and rebalancing and recalibrating because there are certain things you simply don't have control over. Now, the point of what I'm saying is declare the thing to be so, and then build the belief system to support the thing and get rid of anything that does not align with that thing, and then work to build that thing. And then it will be so. Like, for instance, if you want to be healthy and you're declaring and decreeing that you'll have long life and have a healthy life, then you'll have to recondition yourself to not desire things that aren't healthy for you. You see what I'm saying? You can't be around there talking about you have a long, healthy life, and then every time you pick up some food, it got a whole lot of butter and a whole lot of stuff in it that's not good for you. See, those two things don't align. And you can't just be around the time I'm leaning and depending on Jesus, but you're not using actual wisdom and giving your body what it needs to actually create the long and healthy life for you. No, what you're going to do is you're going to be around there saying and declaring and decreeing that you live a long and healthy and vibrant life while also dealing with high blood pressure and high cholesterol and arthritis in your joints and your knees is struggling. And it's not because you're getting older. It's because you're not taking care of yourself. You just around there declaring and decreeing, talking about I bind the devil. Baby, listen. It ain't got to be that spiritual. The devil ain't trying to come against you in your body. No, not like that, all that strong, all day, every day. Listen, that don't even sound logical. That the devil or the kingdom of darkness all day, every day is trying to come against you in your one body all day, every day. And it ain't got nothing to do with the donuts you eating. People actually believe that though, like that the devil is trying to come against them, and that it actually doesn't have anything to do with the donuts they're eating, with all the meat and all the unhealthy things that they're doing, the sodas that they're drinking, all the stuff that they're putting in their body. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to do both. Declare and build the belief system, and then discipline yourself to do the work that aligns with the belief system, okay? Now, the declaration can be a place to start, and then from that declaration, your mind is going to present you with options, all right? Then you make the decisions and you look through the options, you weigh the options, right? And that's the conditioning process or the reconditioning process, because the subconscious mind is built to show you options to create the thing that you desire. See, Hebrews 11 verse 1 says that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. See, long before there's ever a manifestation of something, whatever that manifestation is, it existed as only a hope in the person's mind first. And then from that hope, their subconscious mind started showing them options to make that hope be real. It started showing them options on how to build it. See, the thing about God is that the creative power that is in his being also lives in you. You are made from it and were actually literally created in somebody's body. You are the creative being. Settle that within yourself, right? Creativity is your core because it's who you are. So from nothing, things were made by God's word. And you have that same ability to speak a thing, to declare it. Your mind listens, your subconscious listens. And once that thing has been suggested enough times, your mind goes into create mode. That's how God designed your body to function. Okay? So if you want to accomplish a goal and it hasn't been getting accomplished and you've tried and tried and tried, then you need to figure out what conflicting or contradictory viewpoint you may have toward that goal and get rid of that viewpoint. Because if you don't, you will not accomplish that goal. Do you hear me? I'm going to say it again. If you want to accomplish a goal, figure out what conflicting or contradictory viewpoint you have related to that goal and get rid of that viewpoint, because if you don't, you will not accomplish the goal. Why? Because your subconscious mind will not know how to help you. Your mind gonna be showing you the options to validate both conflicting points of view, and you'll be caught in a tug of war between what you desire and what you have. Declaring the thing, guys, is not enough. You must declare it and build the supporting belief system. Or, as Emmett Fox said in the book, The Mental Equivalent, which is really, really great read, I recommend it. Emmett Fox said that in order to have something, you must build the mental equivalent for it. He also said, whatever you have is because you have the mental equivalent for it. So, you got to build the thing, guys. It doesn't just come. You actually have to build it with the tools that you have and the other tools that will come your way after you start building. And then at some point, you'll be able to look back on your work to see what you've built. But it's important to understand that while you're in the building process, you ain't going to have a roadmap. All you're going to have is that hope and one step. And then you go step by step, day by day, gathering knowledge and applying knowledge piece by piece. And the application of that knowledge is how you ultimately build the thing. So let me ask you, what is it that you desire to have or to see or to do? What is the knowledge that you've acquired along the way to build it? What have you done with that knowledge? Did you use it or not? And if you didn't use it, go back to it and apply it. If you did use it, go back to it and reapply it. Keep applying it until you learn something new, and then do that too. Ask God for help discerning and navigating. Also, guys, don't be thrown off by the nervousness that you may have or feel when you start applying new knowledge, or even when you start acquiring new knowledge. Nervousness or fear isn't always an indication that something is bad. It simply lets you know you're likely about to encounter something you've not experienced before. So, trust God, believe for the best, work hard, and go forth, baby. Apply that acquired knowledge and build that thing. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Let's Talk About It, The Gray Area, and I'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
You can start